Today is my 130th day of lockdown, and I finally received some good news on the old work front. I've got a new job, and that is brilliant. However, the bad news is I had to go get one of those like coronavirus tests. So this video is basically just to give you a heads up / guidance about what's going to happen to you if you need to go through one of those drive-through things, and so you can just be reassured. My view is it was very like dystopian, very connected but disconnected, and just kind of weird, but very good, like minimal interaction, which is what you kind of need. And yeah, so let's go through the process. So number one, you need to book your test through the government website and fill out all the paperwork, all your details, blah 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 blah. Then once you've done that, they'll send you an email receipt with like a QR code on it, and this will become very important in the near future. So I didn't do any filming while I was there because you're not allowed to do any filming, but I have to keep my dash cam running for insurance purposes. So all the footage you're going to see is basically from the dash cam on the front of my car. So I drove to the test centre. Mine is like near Heathrow. I was kind of nervous. I thought there was going to be like massive queues and things, so I got there a bit early. So the number one rule they have there is you have to be wearing a face mask, because obviously if you're going there you could potentially have you're more likely to have coronavirus and you need to get tested for it. So that's very important why you need to mask up. And you're also entering an area where there could be testing victims of coronavirus there, so it's very important to mask up and to keep your window up. But these two things combined make it very hard to communicate. So for the rest of this video I will be taking this off, but when you're at the test centre you need to wear one of these. So yeah, with the window up and the mask on, when I approached the centre, like all these people gathered around, and I was like 15 minutes early, so I didn't know if I was going to be allowed in or not. And because you're not allowed to wind down your window and talk to them, because of obviously you don't want to pass on any contagion or virus to each other, you basically had to like hold up the QR code to the window, and basically they took a picture of it on their one, and they were like, yeah, come on through. And then I entered the land of cones. Like, they have this really good layout, really well organised, military type setup. It's really good, to be honest. But still, scarily, just got onto the site without talking to anyone, just being waved through places. So I pulled into like the first hut, and then this guy comes out and I have to show him my like QR code again. He scans it, and then he does the little thing and puts this on the front of my windshield. And obviously at this point you still got the mask and the window down, so you can't even speak to him to find out what's going on, and you're just like sat there waiting for instructions. But obviously you can't say is it okay to go or whatever, just like you have to wait for everything to kind of happen around you. So then you reach the second hut, and then this is where you're going to be asked to remove your mask and wind down your window, but wait for instructions to do that, because at this stage you're going to be tested, and a medical officer is going to come out, and they are going to be dressed in like head to toe PPE, big face shields, all the gowns and everything. And don't worry, they are here to help you. They're going to come out with a sticky type thing. I don't have one on me, so I'm going to use a pen for this example, and they're going to stick one end, reach back there, and you are going to possibly gag a little bit, not too much, and they're going to take a good sample from the back of the throat, and then they're going to take the other end and stick it up your nose here and get a good old rub in the top there. It's absolutely fine, not painful at all. Like, it's a little like tiggly and a little bit like intrusive, because it's going into places where you wouldn't normally stick things, and yeah, it's fine. They put it in a bag, they send it off to a lab, and that's it. You get to go and you get to drive off, and you're back into the land of the cones. Oh, that was horrible. And you go back on your merry way, and you have to wait for your test results. And less than 24 hours later, got my email, negative, which is great, because that means I've passed and I'm off to my job next week. Woo! I've got to say, the whole process is very good from start to finish. Like, I felt really safe, really comfortable, but it was a little bit dystopian, the fact that I didn't get to speak to anyone. Like, normally when you go to like a medical professional, you get to like get to know them, or like, you know, at least tell them what's wrong or something. But this was like, no, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, bye. And yeah, that's probably how it should be, because, you know, coronavirus is very deadly and it is very contagious. However, it is just very weird. Like, you know, the first time you go through airport security type weird, like what's going on here? You know, but yeah, no, absolutely not painful, pretty harmless, just very dystopian. Anyway, I hope that helped. If you're going to get a test, I hope it kind of relaxed you, kind of like chilled you out, and like, you know, so you can like prepare for what's going to come next. And if not, well, thank you for watching anyway. Bye!